Good evening, high school football fans. This is High School Football America for November 17, 2016. I'm Jeff Fisher, host of the show and founder and editor-in-chief of High School Football America and highschoolfootballamerica.com. Down the stretch we come. We have a month left in the 2016 high school football season. Man, where has time gone? State championships being handed out across the country this weekend and over the next 4 weekends. We have our state champs list as we had championship trophies handed out last week in the state of Utah, North Dakota, South Dakota. We had Vermont crowning its champs, and we have a live and breathing state championship list that you can check out on highschoolfootballamerica.com to see each and every team that makes it from those tough two-a-days to hoisting the championship trophies. No class too big, no class too small. Last week, the six-man championship handed out in the state of New Mexico. And we're going to take it all the way up to the big trophies being handed out in Texas and California in the middle of December, just before the holiday season. So lots of great activity to check out. You can keep up to date with everything that's going on with all the playoff games this weekend by going to highschoolfootballamerica.com. We have our state-by-state scoreboards powered by ScoreStream. They're live. They're also fun to download the app at Google Play or in the iTunes Store and go to your game, your favorite game, and score along so everybody can see what's happening. You can take pictures, post videos. It's a great app, and ScoreStream, one of our fine partners here at High School Football America, which allows us to get to our other partners like Echo 1612. The fine folks at Echo 1612, the creators of instant replay on the high school sidelines. Yeah, there are imitators out there, but none better than Echo. And you can learn more by going to echo1612.com. Chad Cargill and company out of Oklahoma. They are coaches that created this for coaches. It's just an amazing product, and they've been with us a couple of years. Make sure you check them out. You can get to Echo 1612 by going to echo1612.com or click on the banner ad at highschoolfootballamerica.com, which you can do for all of our fine partners, which gets us to another partner, Crossover. Talk about something that gives you a competitive edge like Echo. Crossover does the same thing, and coaches, you need to check out the best scouting tool out there. You need to sign up for a demo today to see how Crossover football can help you for the rest of the season if you're still playing, or at least for the 2017 season. Crossover's new data visualizations for football provide interactive tendency reports and other insightful charts that help you evaluate your team and your opponents on both sides of the ball. Your data and statistics from every game are pooled together into a single football platform. You get a comprehensive view of your performance over the course of the season with just a few clicks. Crossover is your personal advanced scout, accessible from any PC or mobile device, and even integrates with your existing film platform like Huddle. Bring something new to your self-evaluation and get a scouting edge over your opponents. Go to crossover.com/HSFA. That's crossover with a K.com/HSFA for a quick 5-minute demo to see how it can work for your team and make you a better high school football program. Also brought to you tonight by the fine folks at Southern Sport, those spats that make you look spiffy and keep those pesky rubber pellets from field turf out of your shoes. Available by going to TDIRazor.com. That's razor with a U, R-A-Z-U-R, TDIRazor, R-A-Z-U-R.com. Use the code HSFA and get a discount on your order by going to TDIRazor.com. Those spats are great, make you look good. Hey, tape is expensive, too. It gives you that great look of spatting without the high cost of tape. And trust me, I hate those field pellets in my shoes whenever on the sidelines, and that's every weekend of the high school football season. All right, we mentioned this is a big week ahead. It's a big month. As all the games now, it's usually win or go home. Of course, we've got the big Thanksgiving Day high school football games coming up in the Northeast. I'll be heading back to my hometown of Easton, Pennsylvania to check out some Turkey Day football. And next week on the show, we're going to kind of celebrate the thing that really is kind of specific to the Northeast, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, up into Rhode Island, England, Connecticut, Massachusetts. The games are incredible. Played on Thanksgiving morning. You go and watch some high school football, big rivalry games, and then you go home and celebrate with your family in a big old hunk of turkey. So that's what we have coming up on the show here tonight. We're going to talk about that, all the big matchups. We're going to also talk with Thomas Wilcher, head coach at Cass Tech, number 19 in the nation, out of Michigan. Thomas has done an incredible job there with the technicians, and we're going to talk to him about what lies ahead as they get into the state semifinals against Utica Eisenhower. And also on the show tonight, we're going to have an interesting chat with Jeff Brown, the head coach at Royal Imperial Collegiate of Canada. Yes, Collegiate's in there, but it's a prep school. They play, they're based in Canada, just across the border, about 30 minutes from Buffalo, 15 from Niagara Falls. Mostly a Canadian football team. There are some players from America and some from around the world, I should say, on the program, in their program, and they have played an entire American schedule this year as they've bussed to a lot of places, Ohio, Kentucky. They're on their way to Florida right now to play Clearwater Academy, and we're going to talk with Jeff Brown on the bus about what his program is doing in its first year to get kids up there in Canada a look-see at some of the collegiate programs, whether it's down here in the States or up in Canada, which has a very robust college setup, as we heard from Kelsey McKay up in Winnipeg earlier this year, as he gave us a nice snapshot of what goes on when it comes to high school football in Canada. And also want to remind everyone that the Coach's Job Board is back and humming along already as the season has come to a close for so many across the United States, and we have over 100 job openings already posted at highschoolfootballamerica.com. And don't forget, for all other coaching jobs outside of the sport of football, you can go to coachesjobboard.com. So there's two ways to find your next opening, or if you're just breaking in to the profession, coachesjobboard.com and Coaches Job Board on highschoolfootballamerica.com, the way to go. You can get to both by just going to highschoolfootballamerica.com and clicking on the navigation tab where it says Coaches Job Board. The top one is for the football jobs. The bottom one gets you to coachesjobboard.com. If you have an opening, whether you're a school administrator or a coach, you have an opening on the staff, make sure you can send it to us via email at jobposting@highschoolfootballamerica.com. That's jobposting@highschoolfootballamerica.com, and we will post it for you for free. Keep up with all of the exciting action throughout the remainder of the high school football season with our state-by-state news sections at highschoolfootballamerica.com. And when we're not on the air, make sure you follow us on social media, especially on Twitter, where we are putting out a ton of information each and every day. Our handle on Twitter is HSFB America. Also on Facebook, facebook.com/highschoolfootballamerica. And don't forget to check out our stadium project, which we're putting more and more pictures up. We've collected them over the last year, but it's been so darn busy, hard to put them up there. But putting those pictures up on highschoolfootballamerica.com, you'll see in the navigation tab, stadium project. We also have that's for the national, and then we have one here in Southern California. So those two options are available to us. And if you'd like your high school football stadium posted on highschoolfootballamerica.com, just feel free to email me at jeff@highschoolfootballamerica.com. All right, we're going to take our first break. When we come back, we're going to talk with Thomas Wilcher, head coach at Cass Tech, number 19 in the nation and in the Michigan State semifinals. That story and interview when we come back. You're listening to High School Football America. Instant replays on a high school football sideline? Seriously? Yes, the future is here with Echo 1612's Instant Replay Sideline System. Echo's cutting-edge technology was the first to the market 2 years ago. Echo delivers instant replay to your sideline on an iPad within seconds of a play being finished so that you can make tomorrow's coaching changes today. This NFHS-approved product may be the biggest change in high school football since the invention of the helmet. Coaches, You'll gain a competitive edge by adding Echo 1612's Instant Replay Sideline System to your coaching toolbox. How cool is this? The Echo Instant Replay Sideline System works with both your current booth and end zone cameras, plus, and this is an important point, Echo works without any cellular connection, data plans, or internet. The list of high school football programs using Echo 1612 system is growing daily, meaning your opponent may already have a game time advantage. You don't want to be left out, do you? The Echo 1612 advantage is simple. Echo plus an iPad equals instant replay on your sideline that improves your game planning. Seriously, you'll be making coaching adjustments in real time, not the day after. Except no copycats, Echo 1612 is the best on the market. Echo 1612's cutting-edge technology helps you make tomorrow's adjustments today. Learn more at echo1612.com. Field turf rubber pellets, be gone. The Debris Inhibitor Razor is a seamless outer sock that was specifically designed to keep crumb rubber and other fine debris from artificial or grass-playing surfaces out of an athlete's shoes and socks, thus keeping such debris out of gym bags and locker rooms. The Razor, spelled R-A-Z-U-R, is favored by athletes who want the look of tape, by trainers who no longer have the time to tape only for show, and by moms who no longer want that crumb rubber in the house. The Debris Inhibitor Razor is made in America. It's 70% nylon and 30% spandex, making it extra lightweight and very durable, and it's backed by a 1-year performance guarantee. The Debris Inhibitor Razor covers just the right amount of a player's shoe while keeping those shoelaces tight. It's fully customizable, machine washable, and more importantly, it's easy to get on and off. The Debris Inhibitor Razor comes in 23 colors, and sizes are youth, medium, large, and for that extra big foot, extra large. Founded in 2010 by former University of Mississippi All-SEC football player Carl Hoppy Langley III, Southern Sport Inc. created the Debris Inhibitor to improve athletic performance by protecting athletes, allowing them to look and feel better with technically advanced products engineered with superior fabric construction, patented design, and proven innovation. Get a discount on your order by using the High School Football America code HSFA when you order at TDIRazor.com. That's razor spelled with a U at TDIRazor.com. If you're scouting your opponents without Crossover's game film breakdown platform, you're missing an opportunity to get a huge edge over the competition. Crossover's service lets you upload game film from your hard drive, video camera, or other websites like Huddle. Their team of football experts will then clip and tag the game with player and formation info so that when you log into your account, you can filter the clips however you'd like. They'll also automatically prepare a comprehensive tendency report and down and distance report for your staff so you can see exactly what your opponents like to call in specific situations. We all know that every coach spends countless hours preparing before a game. It's not about the time you put in, it's about what you do with that time. That's Crossover's biggest advantage. It allows you to use your prep time more efficiently and get an even deeper level of insight since you don't have to waste time setting up the film. Check them out. You're going to love them. You can sign up for a quick free demo at crossover.com/football. That's crossover.com/football. Welcome back to High School Football America tonight as we head toward the final month of the 2016 high school football season. First guest on the show tonight is Thomas Wilcher, the head coach at Cass Tech in Detroit, Michigan. Number 19 in the land. They have climbed up steadily this year in the High School Football America top 50, beginning the season in the top 50. And if for those of you not familiar, our national rankings, state rankings, regional rankings are all based upon our proprietary algorithm that everybody thinks is pretty darn special, as we have nailed it. We spot trends. We have found teams that get into the top 25 a lot quicker than the others out there, although we do Welcome back to High School Football America. Going to start the show in the state of Michigan, the number 19 team in the High School Football America. Top 25, the Cass Tech Technicians in the state semifinals in Division I, the biggest classification in the state of Michigan. They are going for a state championship, trying to turn in that runner-up finish they had last year against Romeo into state gold, and Thomas Wilcher has been the coach there since 1997 and has done a fabulous job. Right now, the Technicians 12-0. They began the year in the top 50 and have been climbing up steadily ever since. For those of you not familiar with the High School Football America national, state, and regional rankings, all based upon our proprietary algorithm. Yeah, we think we've gotten it right. They're Max Preps and USA Today with Ken Massey. They have their computer rankings, but we think ours is a little bit more special and a little bit more accurate, as we've been able to spot some teams a little bit sooner than them. Not picking on them, love all of my friends there, but want to brag a little bit about what we've been able to do. And Cass Tech is on the brink. They've got some great players there under Thomas Wilcher, who went on to play. He was a running back at the University of Michigan, also a great hurdler when he was a football player at Michigan. He played under Bo Schembechler, and do have to apologize. We taped an interview, and the first part of the interview had some very big technical issues. But I can kind of paraphrase a little bit about what Thomas Wilcher said about playing under Coach Schembechler, who said, Thomas Wilcher said, he taught a lot of toughness, and that's what he believes that he brings to the Cass Tech program. He should be changing the nickname of the team from the Technicians to the Donovans, as he has 4 Donovans out there doing some great things on this program. Donovan Peoples-Jones, Donovan Johnson, Donovan Parker, Donovan Williams. They're all great players on this team. Peoples-Jones, wide receiver, 5-star wide receiver. Then you've got 4-star Donovan Johnson. He's undecided, as is Peoples-Jones, but Rodney Hall, the trigger man, the quarterback who got injured during the playoffs last year and did not play in the last couple of games for the Technicians, has already given his verbal to Northern Illinois. He will be graduating in December and be an early enrollee at Northern Illinois, and Coach says that these kids who came to the program together, he said a lot of these kids he met coming over to his daughter's house, and they all decided to come to Cass Tech all at one time. And since then, it's been a pretty special run for Cass Tech. As I said, number 19, they are ranked in all 4 of the national ranking services right now. Coach Wilcher led the Technicians to 2 state championships in 2011 and 2012, coming off of a big, hard-fought game against Saline last week, winning 43-42. Utica Eisenhower comes into Saturday's state semifinal unbeaten. In the other half of the bracket, Detroit Catholic Central will take on Romeo, and you'll hear Coach say in just a couple of minutes how these 4 teams, and throw Saline in there, have been at the top of the Division I scene in Michigan for quite a time. So no stranger to each other as they head into this game. And let's start the conversation. Like I said, apologies to Coach as we missed the first half of the interview because of a technical problem. But what I want to start with is, how he has evolved, especially, having gotten his tutelage under Bo Schembechler when he was a player there, how he has evolved as a coach over the last nearly 2 decades at the head of the Cass Tech high school football program.
I think the most important thing about me as a coach is that you have to have a little bit of clairvoyance. You got to be able to see something. And if you can't see it before it's happening, that means you really can't tell the kids about what's going to happen. And me just being a coach, I get a chance to really see what's going to happen and tell the kids what I think, and this is where our downfall is at. And I have to be honest with the kids. You can't be that rah-rah coach is going to happen. You better be the coach to tell the kids the truth, because if they can't face the truth and they won't realize what the truth is and start doing it in practice, you're not going to really be successful.
Yeah, no.
You have to tell them what their shortcomings are, and you have to be really honest with them, and you have to tell the kids that if you don't change, this is going to happen. And I'm trying to save you now, but if you want to be saved, you got to do this. If you don't want to be saved, keep doing what you're doing.
How did the team respond to some adversity? Obviously, you had two really tough games against King this year, but last week against Saline, you came away with a 1-point victory. Obviously, the Final Four right now has 4 great teams in it. How much did last week's win and a tight game like that help you going into this week's game against Utica Eisenhower?
I think the most important thing that stood out to me in that game, we had about 6 to 8 minutes to go in the game, right? I can't remember what time was on the clock. And it was 4th down on like about 4. And I was deciding, the kid said, "We going for it, coach." I was like, I ain't paying no attention to him. I'm like, okay, we're going to get ready to punt the ball. But we got a lot of time on the clock. The kid said, "We ain't coming off the field. We going for it." And so I looked at them. I was like, okay. I'm thinking it's like they finna come off the field. I said, "Come off the field." They're like, "No, we're going for it." I'm like, okay. I said, okay, this is a senior team. I thought back what I said. I said, okay, I'm going to follow the seniors, let the seniors do what they do because it's their season. And so I said, okay, call timeout. Came back over, called a play, and we got 1st down. And we went all the way down, and we scored. And then it went for 2 and just kept the momentum. That was it. And that's what I mean by, if you're going to do something, do it. If you're going to be behind them, be behind them. And you have to stand your ground. And so that's just the bottom line. So we did what we wanted to do, and they took the lead, and it's a senior-driven team. That's it.
So they taught you something, which is be careful what you ask for, Coach. We may rear our ugly head and show you that we're the coach for a couple of seconds at least. We're talking to Thomas Wilcher tonight. Head coach at Cass Tech. Just an incredible season so far. Let's talk about some of the kids aside from the ones that we spoke about there, the Big Four. Who are some of the other kids that you're extremely happy with this year on both sides of the ball that have led as a unit to this success this year?
I'm really happy about my one kid that plays offensive tackle, Jordan Reed. Jordan Reed has brought a lot of strength to the team, a lot of tenacity, smart, hard worker, and he sacrificed a lot to make the team great, and he's one of the top players in the country right now. Jordan Reed, my offensive tackle and my defensive tackle. He does a great job. And you got a kid named Kelvin Aitman, another offensive tackle, about 6'5", 6'6", and he does a great job each day. He comes along, he improves all the time. So I'm really happy about both those guys and the way they're coming about. And then we got my one linebacker named Tyron Young. He's doing a great job on the football team at linebacker. He sometimes plays H-back too. And I'm just real proud of those guys, especially how Kalen Gervin is stepping up, and He's right now having given up any passes, one pass this year. Just one pass, a comeback. And he's doing a great job. And so I'm really happy about that. And happy about the way how the growth of the defense is going and the way how Donovan Williams is stepping up to be a player. And I'm loving the way how Willie Reed is just keep coming. And he's going to be a hell of a player when he go to college. So he's going to be learning a lot about football. He's going to be somebody to reckon with when he goes to college. Yes.
And what do you have to get out of these kids coming up against a very tough Utica Eisenhower team? I mean, what are you seeing on film that you guys are going to have to do right to get to back to that state championship game?
We have to be able to pursue and protect our backside. That's it. We got to be able to pursue and protect our backside. We got to win the one-on-one battles. We got to win those one-on-one battles. That's it. When you get into that perimeter run game, it's all about they trying to get a fit on you, and you got to come across that fit. And that's it.
Okay.
It's about the one-on-one battles.
That's what I said. You're short and to the point. Let's ask you then about, last year you got these seniors back. Not sure how bad the taste is in their mouth from losing to Romeo last year. I know that's looking ahead, and you're probably going to give me coach speak and say, no, we can't do that. But is there a bad taste in this team's mouth where it wants to take it to that next level, and meaning get rid of that runner-up title and become state champions?
Well, we're always trying to get there. We've been getting to the door. What is about the 8th time right now? 7th to 8th time we keep knocking on the door. We've only been there 3 times, so we're always just trying to get there every year. So right now, You got us and Utah Eisenhower. You got Romeo and Catholic Central. So you almost got the same 4 teams playing against each other, except one. Except you would have had Saline. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's almost like same people coming down to the wire again. So Catholic Central lose to Romeo, and you guys are lose us. You'll get a rematch. If not, you'll get a rematch with Cass and Catholic Central. So somehow you'll get a rematch. But
either way, you're getting gold, right? You're going for gold. That's the main thing.
That's the main thing. I'm trying to stay focused on winning. I don't want never talk about losing, because I think that you have to put it in the air and have to talk about it and have to preach about it and have to let the kids know what they can do, and just have to believe in it and just keep working towards it and try to do the things that's right in practice so you can see the goal. And once you start doing things right in practice, you're there.
I believe in manifestation. That's what it is. It's called manifestation. You don't let any of that negative come in. Just keep pushing and seeing the final goal. So my big question here to end on a fun note. So I'm manifesting that next year it's going to be the Cass Tech technicians / the senior Donovans that won the state championship. I'm just teasing.
I hope it just be Cass Tech.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for joining us on the show. Really appreciate it, and continued success there with the program and turning out great student athletes, and best of luck against Utica Eisenhower.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it a lot.
You're welcome.
Okay.
If you're just joining us, as I said at the top, they have 4 Donovans on the team. So I was joking with Coach there that maybe they should be the Cass Tech Donovans this year instead of the Cass Tech Technicians. Again, apologies. We lost about the first 6 minutes of that interview with Coach. But just a great man who's really cranked out some great football players and just turned that program into one of the year in and year out favorites to win a state title in the state of Michigan. So congratulations on the job that he's done with all of his student athletes there. And like I said, also a track and field coach, great hurdler himself when he was in high school. So that's Coach Thomas Wilcher. Again, if you want to check out the High School Football America Top 50, all you have to do is go to highschoolfootballamerica.com. We build it with our algorithm. We put it out before anybody else. When everybody's waiting until Monday, on Sunday, right around 3 o'clock Eastern Time, we release our national rankings. We also release on Monday our regionals, and then our media compilation poll on Tuesday. Our state-by-state polls, top 5 or top 10, depending on the size of the state, are released throughout the week, and you can find all of that information at highschoolfootballamerica.com. Again, just a reminder, the Coach's Job Board is up and running. Lots of visitors to the site looking for jobs. If you have a job opening, make sure that you email us at job posting at highschoolfootballamerica.com. Taking a break, coming back, we're going to talk some Canadian football. The Royal Imperial Collegiate Knights coming down from north of the border to play All-American teams in 2016. Jeff Brown, the head coach of Royal Imperial Collegiate of Canada. When we come back, you're listening to High School Football America. Instant replays on a high school football sideline? Seriously? Yes, the future is here with Echo 1612's Instant Replay Sideline System. Echo's cutting-edge technology was the first to the market 2 years ago. Echo delivers instant replay to your sideline on an iPad within seconds of a play being finished so that you can make tomorrow's coaching changes today. This NFHS-approved product may be the biggest change in high school football since the invention of the helmet. Coaches, you'll gain a competitive edge by adding Echo 1612's Instant Replay Sideline System to your coaching toolbox. How cool is this? The Echo Instant Replay Sideline System works with both your current booth and end zone cameras, plus, and this is an important point, Echo works without any cellular connection, data plans, or internet. The list of high school football programs using Echo 1612 system is growing daily, meaning your opponent may already have a game time advantage. You don't want to be left out, do you? The Echo 1612 advantage is simple. Echo plus an iPad equals instant replay on your sideline that improves your game planning. Seriously, you'll be making coaching adjustments in real time, not the day after. Except no copycats, Echo 1612 is the best on the market. Echo 1612's cutting-edge technology helps you make tomorrow's adjustments today. Learn more at echo1612.com. Field turf rubber pellets, be gone. The debris inhibitor razor is a seamless outer sock that was specifically designed to keep crumb rubber and other fine debris from artificial or grass playing surfaces out of an athlete's shoes and socks, thus keeping such debris out of gym bags and locker rooms. The razor, spelled R-A-Z-U-R, is favored by athletes who want the look of tape, by trainers who no longer have the time to tape only for show, and by moms who no longer want that crumb rubber in the house. The debris inhibitor razor is made in America. It's 70% nylon and 30% spandex, making it extra lightweight and very durable, and it's backed by a 1-year performance guarantee. The debris inhibitor razor covers just the right amount of a player's shoe while keeping those shoelaces tight. It's fully customizable, machine washable, and more importantly, it's easy to get on and off. The debris inhibitor razor comes in 23 colors and sizes are youth, medium, large, and for that extra big foot, extra large. Founded in 2010 by former University of Mississippi All-SEC football player Carl Hoppy Langley III, Southern Sport Inc. created the debris inhibitor to improve athletic performance by protecting athletes, allowing them to look and feel better with technically advanced products engineered with superior fabric construction, patented design, and proven innovation. Get a discount on your order by using the High School Football America code HSFA when you order at TDIRazor.com. That's razor spelled with a U at TDIRazor.com. If you're scouting your opponents without Crossover's game film breakdown platform, you're missing an opportunity to get a huge edge over the competition. Crossover's service lets you upload game film from your hard drive, video camera, or other websites like Huddle. Their team of football experts will then clip and tag the game with player and formation info so that when you log into your account, you can filter the clips however you'd like. They'll also automatically prepare a comprehensive tendency report and down and distance report for your staff so you can see exactly what your opponents like to call in specific situations. We all know that every coach spends countless hours preparing before a game. It's not about the time you put in, it's about what you do with that time. That's Crossover's biggest advantage. It allows you to use your prep time more efficiently and get an even deeper level of insight since you don't have to waste time setting up the film. Check them out. You're going to love them. You can sign up for a quick free demo at crossover.com/football. That's crossover.com/football. This portion of High School Football America brought to you by USA Today High School Sports. Once again in 2016, High School Football America and USA Today High School Sports teaming up to give you great national high school football coverage and specific coverage from Southern California. Check them out at USA Today HSS.com. Well, a little bit earlier in the year, we gave all of our listeners a taste of Canadian football, and Kelsey McKay was on here and did a great job talking about the scene there in Winnipeg. And tonight on the show, we're going to give an even different taste of Canada. There's a new program across the border, about 30 minutes away from Buffalo in St. Catharines in Ontario, in the province there. And Royal Imperial Collegiate of Canada is a high school football program that is playing a completely American high school football schedule, and they are currently right on a bus right now on their way to Florida to play a football game there in Clearwater. And Jeff Brown, the head coach there, is on the line. They're somewhere as we tape this in Georgia through Savannah, and we're going to talk to him about the program he's put together and what it's like to basically make long trips to Ohio, Kentucky, and elsewhere. Welcome to the show, Coach.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's great to have you on here, and it's certainly something different. I know you and your boys have seen a large part of our country this year, so let's kind of back up a little bit and talk about the program, and it's a prep school, and how you approach things, and how this all came about, where a Canadian team is playing a lot of high school football in America. Tell us a little bit about the genesis of the program.
Well, it all came from just some other concepts that have been going around where we're trying to get Canadian kids down into the U.S., playing the American football game through various all-star games down in Texas or wherever. We wanted to follow the same type business model and get Canadian kids American exposure so we can improve their chances. NCAA schools looking at them.
Interesting. So now, because you are so close to the border, like we said, 30 minutes from Buffalo, 15 from Niagara Falls, do you have any American kids on the program, or is it all Canadian?
Well, we have an American from California that came up. We've got some kids. It's our inaugural season, so at the beginning of the recruiting part, it was challenging trying to convince people to come up and understand what we were trying to do for them. But we had a kid come up from California. We've got a couple kids from Germany. We've got a kid from England, Brazil, Chile. So, and the main body of our program is Canadian kids.
Wow, there's a real international flavor there. We're talking with Jeff Brown tonight on High School Football America, head coach of Royal Imperial Collegiate of Canada. He played in the CFL with the Hamilton Tiger Cats. And so let's talk a little bit about, and when Kelsey McKay was on here, he was talking about the vibrancy of high school football in particular in Canada, and the fact that there's Canadian rules that some teams play, some play American. Where did you get the idea to, and this is your first year, right? So where'd you get the idea to head south and take on the big boys that kind of invented the sport?
Yeah, well, there's some other programs that have been doing this for a couple of years. There's another program that they kind of go down and, like I said, they do some all-star games, getting some of the Canadians up here against some of the all-stars down in the U.S. We also see some of the regular Canadian high schools, taking the trip in Ohio anyway, taking the trip down into Ontario High School, take a trip down into Ohio and playing like Huron or something like that, just to compare the level of play between the Canadians and the Americans. But Canadian football has come a long way. I would like to say that the coaches are becoming more educated, more involved in regards to protocols, schemes, and all these coaching clinics that the U.S. Universities offer. Canadian coaches are now taking advantage of it. So, really for us with the concept to come down here and do this, I'm not knocking the CIS football up here in any ways. The level of play between our Canadian high school and U.S. high school is very different. A lot of the U.S. universities and the NCAA, they don't really like to compare our football to Canadian football to American football. So when the kids send down game film, our receivers can motion on the line going forward. We're a yard off the ball up here. So you're really not giving the U.S. universities a proper look. So they've been not forcing us, but making us adapt to our way so we can get kids exposure. So by us offering the Canadian kids an opportunity to play at a higher level with American rules, sets us apart from most high schools and getting kids scholarships down in the USA.
Yeah, and just so the people know here, let's give them a little bit of a look-see at your schedule this year. You have played some top teams. You opened with Northeast. Now that team is actually playing St. Joseph's Prep, which is ranked number 16 in the nation in our top 25. You lost to them. You played Archbishop Hoban. They're currently ranked number 38 in the High School Football America top 50. Bishop Sullivan Catholic out of Virginia, a top program there, a program that's up and coming. You took on Archbishop Moeller, a long-time power in the state of Ohio. You played Wayne, which is nationally ranked by one of the other national ranking services. You guys haven't steered away from anybody tough. That's a good schedule. Tell me what it was like to play against programs that are not necessarily cupcakes.
Yeah, well, you're exactly right. They weren't cupcakes. We walked into these knowing that it was going to be challenging. Regardless, we still go into every football game like we're going to win it. And for these kids to go up against the talent level that we have been, it says a lot for themselves. Showed a lot about character because we played until the fourth quarter was over, putting yourself up against schools or high schools that have been together through the systems, even in like house leagues before they get to high school, running the same systems. So they look like robots, like machines. They were perfecting their assignment so well. And our challenge is just taking new kids on a regular basis and up until we get proven as well, putting together like an all-star type team and going to face these them. So yeah, you're right. It was challenging. The schedule was good, but again, when universities look at this and they see our schedule and they see some of our kids making plays against D1 commits from Holden or Moeller, from whatever school, it gives them some credibility.
Talking with Jeff Brown tonight, the head coach, Royal Imperial Collegiate of Canada, playing an all-American high school football schedule. They're on a bus right now heading to Clearwater to play Clearwater Academy. How many miles, have you figured it out? How many miles have you guys ridden on a bus this year?
That's a great question. Put it this way, I'm getting tired. It's like we get back home and we're right back on a bus again. So we got 2 or 3 days of practice and then we're right back on. So I would say the smallest trip is probably 4 hours away. So you're probably talking 250 miles. I'm saying we're up in the 8,000 to 10,000 miles. And this one's actually tacking on a lot because we're going to Florida and back. So I would say maybe 12 to 14,000 miles.
Yeah, and obviously...
I've never looked at it that way.
Well, it's a long way. The only reason it came to my mind, I was talking to Kevin Wright at IMG earlier this year, and he figured they were doing about 10,000, but they're using planes. They've got the money to afford that. So you're bussing across America. That's for sure. What are some of the things the kids have said? Because obviously, like you said, a majority of the roster is from Canada. I mean, this has got to have been an awesome experience from them. Just aside from the football aspect, what you got? Any good stories to tell about kids that maybe hadn't even been out of their backyard and now they're traveling the country?
Well, like you said, we played some significant teams, and there's a reality to this. And once the game was over, you look at some of these kids' face, they're like, "Oh my goodness, look, we just played and we survived. We performed, we did well, but." You look at these kids that came from provinces in New Brunswick, Manitoba, and these kids, we recruit too. We were selected with who we're bringing on board and trying to give us the best opportunity to win football games too, because that helps the program. But the big picture for us is getting these kids ready for that next level, regardless of who it is. But I think we've established a great foundation to move forward with the program. The kids, they're in it to the end, but it's been a long season. We played 12 games. It's been a long journey for us. You can see some of them are getting tired. But this is the last one. We decided to take a bus instead of the plane, maybe one last road trip with the boys. Some of them are graduating and moving on, so some of them are coming back for next year.
Yeah. Interesting learning experience for the boys. It's RICC, Royal Imperial Collegiate of Canada, playing an all-American high school football schedule. And I probably should have asked you this after the question before that, but I would assume that as the private schools down here in America have a tougher time finding opponents, a lot of public schools do not want to play the privates down here nowadays. Was it fairly easy to put together this schedule? I mean, obviously it's tough, but how easy or hard was it for you to convince people to play you?
No, I think the toughest challenge was to figure time slots and what was available, and being so new. Some of the high schools didn't really want to jump on board and initiate a contract with us because they're kind of risking maybe not having that game. But I think since then we've proven ourselves, and we've got a roster together. Once we started getting into mid-season, the phone started ringing for next year already. So I think moving forward, the schedule is going to be fairly open. And I'm hoping it's for reasons of competition, not for them thinking, hey, this might be an easy victory, because that's not what we're thinking. So ideally, we'll be playing Hoban again. We'll be playing Moeller again. We'll be playing the Hun School again. So as our momentum moves forward, we're thinking the outcomes are going to be changed or even comparable.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe one day they won't want to play you. You never ever know. That's what you're aiming for. Jeff Brown is on the line. He's the head coach of. Go ahead.
No, we're not shying away. We even played Virginia Beach, and you got IMG is on Virginia Beach schedule. So
yes,
we won't shy away. We're going to take it. And, it's a much bigger thing for us than winning and losing. It's about getting these kids competing against the best teams and seeing how well they do, so they can judge themselves and understand the reality of football, and playing D1, AA, D1 in the FCS or FFS, and D2. So they really put the reality with it of playing the teams of the year. So it makes it easier for me to explain to the boys what direction they should head going into the next level.
Yeah, and you've got going for your third win in a row there at Clearwater this weekend. Jeff Brown on the line. It's Royal Imperial Collegiate of Canada. Again, if you're just joining us, they're playing in an all-American high school football schedule, coming down across the border to play. They're heading toward Clearwater now, and Jeff is on a bus right now. I guess another good question for you would be: you have played at the highest level in the CFL there with the Hamilton Tiger Cats. What got you back to the grassroots of football, to the high school level? What got you down there to go back to where you started?
Well, I guess I think it's hard to let go. My son's been involved in football, and I've been coaching him for quite some time. And ever since my time expired with the CFL and the Hamilton Ticats, I kind of moved on to coaching naturally, and moved on with my life and the journeys that we're beginning with my children, and shaping them and the community, and getting other kids ready, and just it's hard to let go. I think from once you get to that level and realizing it's a big part of your life, it just motivates you. Want to be able to help the kids and help develop them so they can achieve the same goals.
Yeah, and let's get to the heart of it, which is what you mentioned, which is the kids. So tell me again. Let's drop a couple of names here on the listeners as far as some of the kids that you've seen develop very, very well this year over the course of what you said has been a tough experience to hop on a bus and ride as much as they have and take on tough competition. Give us some names of some kids and positions and why you think they've developed so well and maybe might have a shot at that next level, be it here in the States or in the Canadian collegiate process, which we know is also very robust.
Yeah, well, I would like to recognize all the kids first and foremost. But ideally, I understand the question, but without having any of the kids look at me and say, "Hey, how come you didn't mention my name?" But there is some guys that are moving on, going into that next level, and we've got an old lineman playing left tackle, Daniel Townsend. He came in from Calgary, come in to get some more development and improve his grades at school. He really came into his game. So he's a kid to watch out for. Getting a lot of interest from him. We've got a DN from Germany. He came in from Germany. He's 6'7", 255 pounds, and he's getting a lot of attention just by his size. He's a great pass rusher. Good kid, works hard. On the defensive back side, we got a boy from Manitoba named Chase Ellington. He's a corner. He's actually kind of getting annoyed because he does his job so well. There's no one throwing the ball to him, and he feels like he's not a part of the game anymore. But he had a good last two outings and lots of turnovers for him. We've got on the offense, we've got a few playmakers at the receiver spot. We've got a Gordon Lamb, who's ranked in Canada the top 10 receiver in Canada. We got a boy named Riley Borisma. He is the number 8 ranked receiver in Canada. These guys are very explosive, great playmakers. Then I'm going to talk about we got a tight end out of Manitoba, big kid, 6'4", 235 pounds. Great kid. I'm hoping and thinking he's going to be going into the Ivy League. He's quite intelligent as well. And we got quarterback, who is my son. The record-breaking year for him. He's thrown for over 3,000 yards, 33 touchdowns, close to 500 yards rushing. So he was ranked up here in Canada, the number 2 QB in Canada, and the number 66 athlete in Canada. So we've got a solid running back coming out of Brantford, Ontario, named Michael Cooper. Kind of a scat back, good hands, good acceleration. It's his senior year, and he'll be moving on to the next level as well. So, and we got another receiver, Jamie McCanley, 6'2" kid, 195 pounds, tall, lanky, explosive, good possession receiver. And then we've got a kid that I got to make mention to is Collins Ramsey. He's a D tackle, but he's also transitioned over to the offensive line. He's also snapping, so he's playing both ways. Another solid kid. So these kids are the kids that I mentioned. They're all going off onto the next level next year. There's been a lot of talks with universities, D2, D1 schools, just waiting for the evaluation period to end, and hopefully the offers will start flowing their way.
That's good. Well, that's what it's all about, definitely is. Talking with Jeff Brown, head coach up in Canada. Yes, a Canadian football team playing all high school teams down here in America. It's Royal Imperial Collegiate of Canada. And again, we like to educate the listeners here. You mentioned that, you've got kids ranked there. Down here we have, as you know, 24/7 Sports, Rivals, Scout.com, all of these ranking services. What's it like up there in Canada? I mean, do you have something similar? Because you mentioned rankings. What is it like up there? How are the kids evaluated?
Well, we do have a similar thing through it's called TFC Chat. It's a local media source up here in Canada. They do their own internal rankings based off of film testing through various sources in committee where they review the athletes' film. They got NCAA coaches looking at it, high school coaches looking at it, CIS coaches looking at it. So they've created a panel that they go through each student athlete's film, the competition of play, and who they're playing, and then they decide up a ranking off of that. I would, however, like to try to get involved in getting some of our kids ranked down through the U.S. through various sources to help themselves, to determine whether they're 2-star, 3-star, 4-star type athletes. Get similar to the rankings of the boys down in the U.S.
Sure.
Hopefully that can evolve soon.
Interesting. Well, we've enjoyed having you on the show. It's certainly a different look inside the game up there in Canada. Like I said, Kelsey McKay did a great job of teaching us a little bit about what it was like in Winnipeg, and now you're teaching us the Canadian game with a big American flair to it. Safe travels there, and congratulations on your first year, and look forward to seeing how the program evolves through the years. Thanks for joining us tonight, Coach.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Very welcome. Taking a break, coming back with more. This is High School Football America. Instant replays on a high school football sideline? Seriously? Yes, the future is here with Echo 1612's Instant Replay Sideline System. Echo's cutting-edge technology was the first to the market 2 years ago. Echo delivers instant replay to your sideline on an iPad within seconds of a play being finished so that you can make tomorrow's coaching changes today. This NFHS-approved product may be the biggest change in high school football since the invention of the helmet. Coaches, you'll gain a competitive edge by adding Echo 1612's Instant Replay Sideline System to your coaching toolbox. How cool is this? The Echo Instant Replay Sideline System works with both your current booth and end zone cameras, plus, and this is an important point, Echo works without any cellular connection, data plans, or internet. The list of high school football programs using Echo 1612 system is growing daily, meaning your opponent may already have a game time advantage. You don't want to be left out, do you? The Echo 1612 advantage is simple. Echo plus an iPad equals instant replay on your sideline that improves your game planning. Seriously, you'll be making coaching adjustments in real time, not the day after. Except no copycats, Echo 1612 is the best on the market. Echo 1612's cutting-edge technology helps you make tomorrow's adjustments today. Learn more at echo1612.com. Field turf rubber pellets, be gone. The Debris Inhibitor Razor is a seamless outer sock that was specifically designed to keep crumb rubber and other fine debris from artificial or grass playing surfaces out of an athlete's shoes and socks, thus keeping such debris out of gym bags and locker rooms. The Razor, spelled R-A-Z-U-R, is favored by athletes who want the look of tape, by trainers who no longer have the time to tape only for show, and by moms who no longer want that crumb rubber in the house. The Debris Inhibitor Razor is made in America. It's 70% nylon and 30% spandex, making it extra lightweight and very durable, and it's backed by a 1-year performance guarantee. The Debris Inhibitor Razor covers just the right amount of a player's shoe while keeping those shoelaces tight. It's fully customizable, machine washable, and more importantly, it's easy to get on and off. The Debris Inhibitor Razor comes in 23 colors and sizes are youth, medium, large, and for that extra big foot, extra large. Founded in 2010 by former University of Mississippi All-SEC football player Carl Hoppy Langley III, Southern Sport Inc. created the Debris Inhibitor to improve athletic performance by protecting athletes, allowing them to look and feel better with technically advanced products engineered with superior fabric construction, patented design, and proven innovation. Get a discount on your order by using the High School Football America code HSFA when you order at TDIRazor.com. That's razor spelled with a U at TDIRazor.com. If you're scouting your opponents without Crossover's game film breakdown platform, you're missing an opportunity to get a huge edge over the competition. Crossover's service lets you upload game film from your hard drive, video camera, or other websites like Huddle. Their team of football experts will then clip and tag the game with player and formation info so that when you log into your account, you can filter the clips however you'd like. They'll also automatically prepare a comprehensive tendency report and down and distance report for your staff so you can see exactly what your opponents like to call in specific situations. We all know that every coach spends countless hours preparing before a game. It's not about the time you put in, it's about what you do with that time. That's Crossover's biggest advantage. It allows you to use your prep time more efficiently and get an even deeper level of insight since you don't have to waste time setting up the film. Check them out. You're going to love them. You can sign up for a quick free demo at crossover.com/football. That's crossover.com/football. Big thank you to all of our sponsors here at High School Football America. Score Stream. Go score your game. Put up the videos, the photographs that you take by downloading the Score Stream app at Google Play or in the iTunes Store. And then our other partners, Crossover, Echo, and Southern Sports TDI Razor, the Debris Inhibitor Razor. Thank all of them. I want to thank our guests on the show tonight, Thomas Wilcher, Cass Tech, going for a state championship maybe in a couple of weeks. They're in the state semifinals, number 19 in the land. We also want to thank Jeff Brown, the head coach at Royal Imperial Collegiate of Canada, coming down here and playing an all-American high school football schedule this year. They're a prep school about 30 miles north of Buffalo. If you missed any of the show, you can always listen to it in our archives at highschoolfootballamerica.com. Want to remind everybody the coach's job board is pumping out. Over the last 2 years, I did a little calculation. I think we've had about 2,500 plus job openings up there. Head coach right on down to video coordinator, athletic trainer. They're all there for you. If you have any openings, any needs for your staff, make sure you email me the job opening at jobposting@highschoolfootballamerica.com. All right, don't forget to check out High School Football America throughout the weekend. The live scoreboards giving you all those playoff scores. Just go to highschoolfootballamerica.com, click on scores in the navigation tab, follow the top 25 scores, and they're all powered by ScoreStream. That's going to do it for me from Southern California, saying good night and good sports. This is Jeff Fisher. We'll talk to you next week on High School Football America.